Ya, mudah-mudahan pertemuan ini banyak membawa manfaat dan beri berkah. Kita akhiri, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for those enlightening speech. And then to bless this event, I would like to invite Mr. Bapak Muhammad Kasmin, KSMAG, to the stage to lead us in a closing prayer. Kemudian kami juga meminta kepada Bapak Muhsin, KSMAG, untuk memberikan doa penutup agar kegiatan webinar ini bisa keberkahan. Badannya kami persilakan.
Mari kita berdoa bersama-sama. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma sholli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad sayyidil awwalina wal akhirin walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'ah wa rizqan wasi'ah wa sihatan min kulli da'in wa saqamin bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Allahumma arina binuril wahmi wa harzna min dulmatil wahmi waftah li awwaba rahmatika wansur alayya hikmataka ya arhamar rahimin. Allahumma nawwir qulubana binuril Islam, Allahumma nawwir qulubana binuril Quran, Allahumma nawwir qulubana binuri sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma ij'al majlisina hadza awwaluha saluha wa asatuha falaha wa akhiruha najaha. Rabbana dalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Al-Fatihah. Amin.
Sincerely, thanks. Now it's time for our panel discussion. We have with us today a panel of experts in the study comparative of Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan. We will be discussing the challenge and opportunities in it. However, before all of that, before we step on the panel discussion, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank all the speakers, panelists, and participants for their valuable contribution. We hope to see you all again at our next event. We hope that this webinar has been informative and has provided you with valuable insight into the comparative study of Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan. And also, I would like to apologize if there are any faults and mistakes in our work.
Yes.
Thank you and have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And for Mr. Said Marifatullah, we will let you in the panel discussion as our moderator today. Thank you.
Very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is my voice clear?
Waalaikumsalam.
MC tolong nanti dikawal barangkali suara saya putus-putus ya, because it's online. I'm afraid that our signal was not really good and sometimes my voice is leak or any bad thing happens. Please remind me. Tolong nanti diingatkan ya. Okay, so in this afternoon we'll have a great agenda from Universitas Hasyim Asy'ari, yeah. And our topic for this international seminar is the comparative study of Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan, a range of studies from theology to Islamic communications. Ya, hari ini kita akan belajar ya banyak hal ya tentang khususnya Islamic communication ya, comparative study Islam di Indonesia dan Pakistan ya. Conducted by the Department of Islamic Communication and Broadcasting at the University of Hasyim Asy'ari ya, oleh Prodi KP UNHASY. Oke, langsung saja ya. To make it shorter, let's greet our speakers today. We have 2 speakers from Indonesia and 2 speakers from Pakistan. Okay, for the first speakers, yeah, we have Mr. Jasminto, NPDI. Assalamualaikum, Pak Jasminto.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can I start, Syed?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, is it good lah? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Jasminto. Yeah, it's clear, Mr. Yeah, Mr. Jasminto is a lecturer as well as a researcher at Universitas Hasyim Asy'ari UNHAS, and he's also the Dean of Faculty of Islamic Studies UNHAS. Yeah. Okay. And the next speaker is Dr. Waris Ali. Good afternoon, Dr. Waris Ali.
Yes, I have joined. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am listening to you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Dr. Waris Ali is a lecturer, yeah, as well as researcher from Department of Islamic Studies, Lahore, Garrison University. Excuse me, is it correct? Lahore or Lahore?
Lahore.
Lahore. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Lahore Garrison University, Pakistan. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Dr. Waris Ali graduated or finished his PhD at Radboud University, Netherlands, yeah, in 2018, and until now he is a lecturer at Department of Islamic Studies, Lahore Garrison University in Lahore, Pakistan. Okay, and then our third speaker is Dr. Ataur Rahman. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, Waalaikumsalam. Yeah. Dr. Rahman.
Thank you very much for giving us opportunity to share.
Okay, great today.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you in Lahore right now?
Yes, in Lahore, near Lahore.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last speaker for today's seminar is Mr. Muhammad As'ad MA. He's a lecturer and researcher at the Department of Islamic Communication and Broadcasting, Universitas Hasyim Asy'ari, Indonesia. Assalamualaikum, Pak As'ad.
Waalaikumsalam, Pak Sayyid.
Sehat ya?
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
Alhamdulillah, bismillahirrahmanirrahim ya. Nah,
okay,
we have 4 great speakers today, and okay, let's start ya. From the first speaker, Mr. Jasminto. He would be talking about the history and development of Islamic studies in Indonesia. I think it's a very interesting topic ya. Nah, kita serahkan ke pakarnya. Oke, langsung saja kita mulai ya. Untuk para peserta hari ini, jika ada pertanyaan nanti bisa disampaikan boleh dengan bahasa Indonesia ya, bagi yang dari Indonesia, boleh langsung bahasa Inggris juga bisa. Okay, for any participants ya, please you can answer by writing in the chat box in Zoom, both in Indonesian or in English. Oke. Oke, berikutnya langsung saya serahkan for Mr. Jasminto. Ya, time is yours.
Thanks. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, nahmadu wa nasta'inu wa nastaghfiru wa na'udzubillah min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina, may yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudhlil fala hadiyalah, wa la haula wa la quwwata illa billah, ma ba'du. Respected and Honorable Mr. Professor Dr. Haji Hadi Supratno, Rector of Hasyim Asy'ari University Tebuireng, Jombang, Indonesia. Respected and Honorable Mr. Dr. Andes Haji Muhsin Kasmin, MAG, Vice Rector of Hasyim Asy'ari University Tebuireng, Jombang, Indonesia. Respected speakers, Mr. Dr. Ataur Rahman and Mr. Dr. Muhammad Waris Ali from Lahore, Garrison University, Pakistan, and my partner, Mr. Muhammad As'ad from Hasyim Asy'ari University Tebuireng. Especially to the moderator from I highly esteem, Ustadz Syed Ma'rifatullah, MPD, and all my dear friends present here, especially from UNHASY Tebuireng students. Alhamdulillah, today we are still given to opportunity by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to gather and carry out activities while, Subhanallah, Masya Allah, among His many servants, Allah has chosen all of you to be present here. First and foremost, let us express our praise and credit to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Almighty God, who always faithful His blessing and favor so that we can gather in this Zoom room in Godhead. Let us not forget to send blessing and peace upon Prophet Muhammad SAW, our beloved leader. Be constantly and studying our knowledge. May we who are present be guided, soften our heart, and prolong our life to learn our religious teaching. In addition, may we receive Allah grace to that we can gain guidance and guidance when we leave this place. Secondly, allow me to introduce myself. I am Jasminto from the Faculty of Islamic Studies at Asy'ari University. Honorable attendees, on this occasion, please allow me to deliver a speech on the history of the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia. As an introduction to understanding the dynamic of Islamic studies in Indonesia as a basis for comparison with Islamic studies in other countries, such as Pakistan. Mr. Moderator, I allow multiple screen. Yes. Do you see that slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's begin with how Islam was arrived in Indonesia. Allow me to present an overview of the history of the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia. We know when tracing the history of Islam arrival in Indonesia, we find its historical record in the 7th century. However, this was just the beginning when Islam was not yet popular and widespread significance. It was not until the 13th century and that Islam spread through various channels, trade, marriage, and scholarly interaction. This spread was marked by the growth of Islamic kingdom in Indonesia, such as the breakthrough of Samudra Pasai kingdom in Aceh. Then, through trading center of the north of Sumatra and the trade routes in Malacca, Islam spread to Java Island, where the rule of the Wali Songo. Wali Songo is 9 Islamic sites. Accelerated the spread and acculturation with the local culture. The spread continued to the eastern part of Indonesia. Yeah, this is. And in the development of Islam in Indonesia, Islamic studies also developed as an inseparable part of the spirit of religion. Islamic studies, a literary means of studying Islam. This includes learning about the history, teaching, practices, and culture of Islam. Islamic studies also encompass the study of Islamic literature, theology, philosophy, Islamic law, art, and architecture. The aim of Islamic studies is to understand and analyze Islam as a significant religion and culture phenomenon. And to understand how it influences the life of individual and societies as a whole. Islamic studies in the historical context of Indonesia are often likened in a hierarchical manner and are commonly described as an educational institution or system in Indonesia, starting from the following system: surau or langgar system, pesantren system, Islamic kingdom system, classical, from Western system. Next. What we say in surau or langgar system, education education in langgar is education conducted in mosques. Jadi, we said in musola. Musola in Indonesia is a place or worship for Muslim that is smaller than a mosque. Musola are usually located in strategic residential or office areas and can accommodate around 20 to 50 worshippers at a time. The size and architecture of the musola vary depending on the location, culture, and environment where it is located. Musola in Indonesia usually consists of a main prayer forum, ablution place, and bathroom. Some musola also have classroom and libraries for learning and teaching about Islam. That's musola become place of worship for Muslim who live or work in the surrounding area to that they can fulfill the obligation of praying 5 times a day in congregation. If surau is a place of worship for Muslim found in several regions in Indonesia, especially in Aceh, West Sumatra, or Riau. Surau is generally smaller than mosque and more simple in architecture. Surau is often used for religious activities, such as reciting the Quran, learning tajweed, and teaching Islam to children. Surau can also be used catering and discussion place for local communities. The main difference between surau and mosque is that surau does not have a tower or additional structure like domes that are found in a mosque. In addition, in some tradition in Indonesia, surau is used as a place of residence for an Islamic teacher who provides guidance and teaching to the local community. That is surau. At the homes of Quranic teacher, in this learning system, what is taught is about reading and Quran, tajweed, prayer, supplication, and so on. That is for surau in or langgar system. If pesantren, secondly, pesantren system in Indonesia, the term kutab is more commonly known as pondok pesantren. Pondok pesantren is a traditional Islamic educational institution in Indonesia established to provide Islamic education to student or santri. Pondok pesantren usually located in rural areas and let be a respected spiritual leader, called kiai or ulama. In pondok pesantren, students learn about the Quran, hadith, tafsir, fikih, Islamic history, and Arabic language. In addition, they are also talk about Islamic ethic and value and trained to practice Islam in their daily lives. Pondok pesantren generally have a different teaching system compared to public school, which use a teaching method more focused and learning through practice, such as congregational prayer, book studies, and recitation together. The boarding system in pondok pesantren, the boarding school. The boarding system in pondok pesantren is also unique, where students live in dormitories and study under the supervision of the teacher and the leader of the pesantren. Pondok pesantren has become one of the most important Islamic education institution in Indonesia and has played a role in maintaining Islamic values and tradition in Indonesia society. That is pondok pesantren. Next, Islamic kingdom system. Education in the Islamic kingdom system. Education in the Islamic Kingdom of Indonesia at the time emphasized the learning of Islam, such as the Quran, Hadith, Tafsir, Fiqh, and Arabic language. In addition, students were also taught about Islamic ethic and value and trained to practice Islam in their daily life. Maybe sebuah pesantren ya. At the time, formal education in the modern school system had not yet developed significantly in Indonesia. Secular and modern education in Indonesia began to develop during the Dutch colonial period and continued after Indonesia's independence. However, the Islamic education system in the Islamic Kingdom of Indonesia remained the foundation for the development of Islamic education in Indonesia until today. Pesantren and Islamic educational institution that continue to develop in Indonesia can be traced back for the roots of the Islamic education system in the era of the Islamic Kingdom of Indonesia. That is Islamic Kingdom. And the last, we find that the classical system of the West, we call madrasah. Madrasah or Islamic school have been present in Indonesia since the 20th century. Starting with the establishment of a madrasah by a prominent Muslim figure in Aceh. However, madrasah only significantly developed in the 17th century when the Batan Sultan established of Islamic education institution now as Madrasah Tarbiyah Muslimah. That is first. During the Dutch colonial period, madrasah became to maintain Islamic and nationalist identities. Maybe in the modern Islamic organization like Muhammadiyah, was formed and established modern madrasah as an alternative to traditional pesantrens. After Indonesia's independence, the government supported the development of national education system, includes madrasah. The government began providing assistance and official recognition to qualified madrasah. Madrasah started receiving government funding and developed rapidly in the term of quantity and quality of education. Today, madrasah have become an important part of the national education system in Indonesia. There are three types of madrasah recognized by the government: madrasah ibtidaiyah for elementary level, madrasah sanawiyah for middle level, and madrasah aliyah for upper level. In addition, there are also madrasah diniyah takmiliyah, which focus on Islamic religious education and Islamic law. Madrasah diniyah takmiliyah is not recognized by the government and is outside the national education system. And we know about period. What's about period of Islamic studies in Indonesia? We can know the chronological history of the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia and can be outlined as follow. First, early spread of Islam in Indonesia. During this period, Islamic studies were conducted informally through direct learning from scholar or through taklim asamis. Scholar and religious propagator, such as the Wali Songo, played an important role in spreading Islam in Indonesia. During this time, the spread of Islam emphasizes on the aspect of ihsan or tasawwuf rather than Islamic law and philosophy. And second, formal education period. We know during this period, the Dutch colonial government opened several schools and taught Islam formally. The school later developed into Islamic faculties in several universities. Formal Islamic school during the Dutch colonial era in Indonesia were mostly established by Islamic organizations, such as Muhammadiyah and Nahdlatul Ulama, which aimed to strengthen Islamic identity and nationalism in the struggle for Indonesia independence. Formal Islamic school at the time consisted of two types, namely Taman Pendidikan Al-Quran, we said that, TPA, and Sekolah Rakyat Islam, SRI. TPA in Islamic education is TPA is an Islamic educational institution that focus on teaching the Quran, like that. But well, Asy'ari is an Islamic educational institution that teacher and general curriculum that include subjects such as mathematics, Indonesian language, and history. Moreover, formal Islamic school at that time faced many challenges, especially related to the lack of adequate funding and the Dutch colonial government also imposed a discrimination policy toward Islamic education, such as banning the teaching of Arabic and Islam in public school and restricting access to Islamic education only for certain groups. Nevertheless, formal education, formal Islamic school during the Dutch colonial period still played an important role in strengthening Islamic identity and nationalism in Indonesia. One example of a famous Islamic educational institution at that time was the Sekolah Tinggi Islam, established by the Muhammadiyah organization, maybe, which eventually developed into Islamic University of Indonesia (UII) after Indonesia gained independence. And we find that the new order era baru, order baru. The new order era refers to the period of Indonesian history that lasts from 1966 and 1998. Yeah, characterized by the authoritarian rule of President Soeharto. During the period, the government implemented policies aimed to controlling and regulating Islamic education and institution, including Islamic studies at university. Islamic studies during the New Order era were often subject to government censorship and surveillance, and scholars were required to adhere to the government official interpretation of Islam. Despite this restriction, Islamic studies continued to be an important field of study in Indonesia and produced influential scholar and work. And the last, we saw post-reform era. The reform era in Indonesia refers to the period of political and social change that followed the downfall of President Soeharto in 1998. During this period, there was a significant shift in the political landscape and the role of Islam in public life. This also had an impact on the field of Islamic studies, which became more diverse and dynamic. After the reform era, Islamic studies in Indonesia saw a proliferation on new ideas, approach, and interpretation, including critical and progressive perspective. Yeah, there are also a greater emphasis on interdisciplinary studies and engagement with contemporary social issue. This period saw the emergence of new voice and scholars who challenge traditional orthodoxies and engage with global discourses in Islamic studies. Overall, the post-reform era has marked a significant transformation in the study of Islam in Indonesia. One is the influential figure in the spread of Islam in Indonesia, Hamzah Fansuri, Syekh Muhammad Yusuf Al-Makassari, Syekh Abdul Salam Al-Palimbani, Syekh Muhammad bin Umar Al-Nawawi Al-Bantani, Wali Songo. We know that is Hamzah Fansuri, Muhammad Yusuf Al-Makassari, Wali Songo, Maulana Malik Ibrahim, Sunan Ampel, Sunan Bonang, Sunan Derajat, Raden Qasim, Sunan Giri, Sunan Kalijaga, also known as Raden Sahid, is one of the famous saint among Javanese people. Sunan Kudus, also known as Jafar Sadiq, was a descendant of Sayyidina Husain bin Ali bin Abi Thalib. Sunan Muria, and the last is Sunan Gunung Jati. Sunan Gunung Jati was a saint who originated from Pasai. Since childhood, Sunan Gunung Jati learned religious knowledge from his parents in Pasai. That is Wali Songo. And we know the field of study in Islamic studies in Indonesia, it can be summarized that the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia can be divided into several categories. The first, Islam as a doctrine, which embodied in the form of divine revelation contained in the Quran and the form of Sunnah, the guidance of the Prophet Muhammad for his community, which compiled in the Hadith. And furthermore, Islam is also studied as part of fiqh, referring to overall thinking, that's understanding of Islamic doctrine of teaching. And then at the next level, Islam is studied as the history of Islam and its application in life. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Indonesia is a country with the largest Muslim population in the world. The history of the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia is long as diverse. Starting from the arrival of Islam in Indonesia, the study of Islam has gone through various phases and challenges throughout history. And it has contributed significantly to shaping the character and the identity of Indonesian Muslims. During the early days of Islam in Indonesia, Islamic teaching were transmitted through oral tradition and practiced in the daily life to the people. The spread of Islam in Indonesia was led by Islamic scholar Kenawan Aswali Songo, who used a unique approach in the preaching Islam to the local people. This approach was called Islam Nusantara, which emphasized the compatibility of Islam with the local culture and tradition. In the colonial period, Islamic studies faced many challenges due to the Dutch government policy of the limiting the growth of Islam. However, Islamic scholars continued to teach Islam in various settings, such as pesantren, masjid, and surau. Islamic boarding school, pesantren, we said in pesantren, mosque, and prayer hall, surau. After Indonesia gained independence, the development of Islamic studies continued to grow rapidly. Islamic institutions were established, and Islamic studies were included in the national curriculum. The establishment of the State Institute of Islamic Studies (IIN) in Yogyakarta marked the beginning of the formalization of Islamic studies in Indonesia. Since then, Islamic studies have expanded to cover various disciplines such as Islamic law, Islamic theology, Islamic philosophy, and Islamic economy. Today, Islamic studies in Indonesia continue to develop and innovate, adapting to the needs of the changed times. The growth of technology has enabled Islamic studies to be taught various platforms, such as online course and learning system. The increased interest of Islamic studies among young people has also led the establishment of the new Islamic institution, the publication of more Islamic literature. In conclusion, the history of the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia is a testament to the relation and adaptability of Indonesian Muslim in preserving and developing Islamic teaching. May we continue to operate and advance to study Islam in Indonesia and beyond. For that, from the presentation above, it can be concluded that Indonesia, just like Pakistan, plays a very important role in the development of Islamic studies in the world. Although they have different in culture, history, and religious views. Both countries learn from each other and share experience in the strengthening Islamic knowledge in their respective religion. It is about a cooperation between Indonesia and Pakistan in the field of Islamic studies will be further enhanced to produce innovative and applicable ideas for the progress of the Muslim community worldwide. Thank you for your attention and time. Wallahu muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks, Ustadz Syed.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Dr. Jasminto. Okay, very interesting. Dr. Jasminto has taught many things about the history of Islam in Indonesia, where almost 13 centuries, Islam has been in Indonesia and shaped the civilization of Indonesian people. The interesting thing that Mr. Jasminto said is that the development of Islamic studies in Indonesia cannot be separated from four things, that is from the mosques, yeah, or surau or langgar, and also Islamic kingdom, and the third pesantren, or pesantren is like Islamic boarding school, yeah. This is the term in Indonesia, and also classical system like madrasah, and until in 1940 we have the first university in Padang. Oke, bagi yang ada pertanyaan di keep dulu ya, disimpan dulu, and then we go to the next speaker. Once more, thank you very much, Dr. Jasminto.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, next speaker is Dr. Waris Ali from, excuse me, is it clear? Is my voice clear? Hello?
Yes, clear.
Okay, the same speaker is, yeah. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Okay, Dr. Waris Ali will be talking about the challenges of madrasah in madrasah education in Pakistan. Okay. For Dr. Waris Ali, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. First of all, I congratulate all the administration, all the body of this seminar that has been arranged very nicely. I have listened the talk the earlier speakers, and I am happy that there are much knowledge and information in all these lectures. I can congratulate all the members of this session, and I am very thankful to you for giving me a chance to share my ideas with all of you. Without further detail, I start my few points about the madrasa education in Pakistan. First of all, I would like to tell and share my views about madrasa education in Pakistan, that it is a miracle for Pakistanis and for all world Muslims, that when in 19 and before 19, we have seen that in Pakistan, students from different countries visited Pakistan, and they came here to study madrasa education, religious education, particularly that is called Darse-e-Nizami. Darse-e-Nizami course, they came and studied. And I also have the experience of studying in this system, and some of our class fellows that belong to Mauritius and Philippines, they are in contact with us, and they have started this education in their own countries as well. At that time, it was very proudful for us that the students from all other countries, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and Mauritius, came here and studied the madrasa education. That was very rich, and after 9/11, the change came, and unfortunately, the government started to restrict the religious students from coming abroad, and that was why now there are a few people who have come and studied this education, religious education from madrasas. Some of the students, when there are basically two classifications in this regard, that there are some madrasas, they are only in initial stages in all over the country. They only arrange Hifzul Quran, Tajweed and Qiraat courses to recite the Quran by viewing and seeing. That is called Nazra Quran. And it is the in large number in Pakistan. Most of the villages, towns, there is hardly any village or town that has no any madrasa like that, where there is the arrangements of Hifzul Quran, remembrance of Quran, and how to recite the rules and regulations of reciting the Holy Quran. After completing the Hifzul Quran, that students can go in different mosques, and they perform their duties as teacher of the Quran, and teach these small children, and as well as they also perform the duties as imam. Am I audible?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, thank you. They normally perform their duty as imam and qari in different mosques. They also start their own institutions, religious institutions at their level, in their own locality, in their own town, and in their own village. And they spread the knowledge of the Quran and teach the children. And on the other hand, they have get very minor, you can say, reward, worldly reward, only for the to please Allah Almighty. They perform their duties in mosques and the small madrasas.
Excuse me,
In
Dr.
Pakistan,
Waris.
and there are a lot of mosques, a lot of madrasas, and the next step of madrasa is for madrasa education for Darse Nizami or Alim course, that is called Alim Fazil course in Pakistan particularly. And these madaras have different levels of education. First level is called Ibtidai level, that is called primary level. For example, they arrange Hifz Quran, they arrange the classes for Qiraat Quran and Nazra Quran. For that purpose, they affiliate their madrasa to board, education board, that has been recognized from the government of Pakistan, and they issue the degrees for the people who recite the Holy Quran, or they remember the Holy Quran, or they learn the rules of recitation of the Holy Quran. That is called the Ibtidai level of madrasa.
Excuse me, Dr. Waris. Excuse
Yes.
me. Okay.
Yes.
I think, do you have maybe PowerPoint or slide to share maybe?
Sorry, I have not prepared
Oh, okay.
slides.
That's okay. That's
Only
okay. Yeah.
prepared my lecture only.
Okay. Just to
Yes.
confirm. Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Thank you. After that, the second level is called Tahtani Madaras. Tahtani Madaras is the other category of the Madaras religious institutions in Pakistan that conduct the primary classes of Darse Nizami, Alim Fazil course, and they prepare the students to appear in the exam of Mutawassita, that is called in school education, middle level education. And after that, the third category is Vastani Madaras, Mutawassita. And in that madrasas, matric, after matric and FA, the BA or graduation level, they can appear in the madrasa board, where they appear in the exams, and after appearing, they clear their degree of graduation level in religious education. Higher category is Fokani Madaras. After that, they move to Fokani Madaras, and I will further clear that some of the madrasas have only Ibtidai and Tahtani level, that they prepare the students only for first and second levels, and then the students move to the other madrasa that has higher classes. And if any madrasa has the higher classes, it has also the lower level of classes in that premises. In Fokani Madaras, the students appear in the examinations in of equal to MA level, that is called Almiya. And in that level, they study the Bukhari, the Muslim, the Sihah and the other, particularly that is called Dora Hadith. The main Hadith literature they study, and they listen from the Shaykhul Hadith, that teacher, and very I will discuss it later, that how it is managed. But the last category of the Madaras is the Uliya, that is called Uliya. We can say higher education, that in which the students, after completing their Darse Nizami, they get the degree of specialization in jurisprudence, specialization in hadith, specialization in tafsir, specialization in sira, and specialization in banking and finance, and etc. And that is level, the highest level. And after getting this degree, they are called the Mufti. They can write fatwa, and they can declare any decision if there is some different opinions about any new matter that is not clear in the literature, and they can write fatwa after completing their uliya status, that is called takhassus fil fiqh, takhassus fil hadith, takhassus fil tafsir, takhassus fil Quran, etc. And all these are the levels of madrasa education in our country, Pakistan. I would like to explain some points that show the importance of this madrasa system and education. And that are when any student comes to a madrasa in Pakistan, particularly, he is not charged even in a single penny. He is not charged for his residence. expenditures. He is not charged in any expenditures of his mess charges. Only he has to buy the books by self, and for nominal expenditures of his own use, only that is charged in all madrasas of Pakistan, and they are provided the food, mess facilities, food and residence free of cost. And all these expenditures are beared by the administration of madrasa, and the administration generates funds by itself by collections from different wealthy people. They give their they support them, and they give them donations, and they arrange all these expenditures. We can say that madrasa generate their funds from wealthy people, and they are like NGOs type. And sometimes we are very strange that it is very difficult to manage all these expenditures, but Allah Almighty, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala generates, creates sources for them, and they manage all these expenses. The other very positive thing is that that the teachers who teach in these madrasas, they are also very have the missionary views and ideas, and they do not run after getting more and more wealth. Only they committedly teach the students, as most of the teachers that have studied from this system, they also know that how they got education. So when they teach, they also teach to please Allah Almighty, and very nominal pay is given to all the teachers. And but it is also player for us that some of the NGOs that is called Dawat-e-Islami. Dawat-e-Islami, we have experienced that they are changing this system, and they are improving the wages, you can say, are wazifa, we call it wazifa pay. They are increasing the pay of such people who devote their time for such madrasas and the students. There are no higher salaries, but nominal pays are given to the teachers. Similarly, some madrasas have started to educate the students the modern techniques of research and study. And for example, it is the time of science and technology and computer, internet, and they have also make them try to make them familiar with all these sources to when we want to preach Islam on higher level in social media, by using social media. So we should also fill this gap, that we may be able to communicate our message from our side for the defense of religion Islam, and all the objections raised by other people against Islam and the Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are taught the computer education and IT in IT experts. Some of the madaris have started these things also to make them familiar with all these things to defend the objections of the non-Muslims against Islam and the Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Furthermore, the students from madrasa have been serving in different government sectors. The output of this madrasa education is very vast. We have experienced, and I am one of the example of this system. I have studied all these madrasa courses, Dars-e Nizami, and I after completing my Dars-e Nizami courses, I also got my degree from government university, MPhil, MS, and then PhD. And I also got the opportunity to visit Europe, Holland, Radboud University. I remained there and conducted research for 6 months on scholarship from Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. I want to only share this thing that most of the madrasas, or some madrasas have prepared their students to contribute in all the offices and all the fields of Pakistan, even not only Pakistan, but out of Pakistan. Because when I went to Holland, I visited many places, and I met all those people who are serving there, and they are from they have got the education from this madrasa education, madrasa system, and they are serving the nation, serving the whole humanity by educating them, by guiding them about the Islamic education, Islamic teachings. So I want to express that all the fields of government of Pakistan, particularly, there is no any, hardly there is any department where the people from madrasa education, after getting education, they are not fulfilled. They are serving in education field, government colleges, universities. They are also performing their duties in police department. They are also performing their duties in army as khatib, naib khatib, and different religious scholars. And in different departments of government, they also join as a religious scholar, religious teacher, and they perform their duty and serve the country. And some of them who cannot go in government service, they construct and develop their own institutions, and they try to spread Islamic education, religious education in the country and out of the country and in other countries as well. But there are also some deficiencies, you can say, because every system has some deficiencies and need improvements. There is, I have also experienced and gone through this system, so I can share my views. Maybe maybe someone can differ me, but sometimes there is a lack of confidence in these scholars who have gone through from this system. But completely, it is not 100%. Some of the percent can be different. Some of them are overconfident, and some of them are lack of confidence. Similarly, there are very low salaries for the faculty members who teach in these madrasas. it can be improved, and it can be, as I have earlier told, that Dawat-e-Islami has tried to change this system, and they are improving the salaries, and they are revising their pay packages in the madrasas teachers. Similarly, there is lack of revision of suitable revision of the syllabus of this madrasa system needs improvement. According to the some of these madrasas have started to change their syllabus, but mostly the syllabus is very old, and they are going on the pattern that has been set by forefathers and the earlier people. But there is need to improve the syllabus as well as the system. One of our PhD scholar is conducting research on this topic, that how we can improve. In Lahore Garrison University, in my supervision, Hafiz Ghulam Ali is conducting the research on this topic, that how can we improve our syllabus in madrasa education, and how can we fulfill all the lacknesses and demerits of this system. As a whole, I would explain, and I would like to say that this education system is very beneficial for the country, and not only for the country, but for whole world, because different parts of the world are getting guidance from these people. I personally know some of the people who are performing their duties in different countries of Europe and America and Africa, even Africa. Even there are, but the madrasa education in Pakistan, as far as my knowledge, it is very, very effective and very comprehensive as a whole. When we see, if anybody want to discuss this topic and or want to add something, I would like to hear and listen and improve myself as well. Thank you very much. That's from my side. If anyone want to discuss or raise any question, he can. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Waris. Yeah, very excellent. I get that Pakistan has a long historical background of Islamic education. If I'm not mistaken, almost in every village or town they have a madrasah and share the Islamic teachings in the mosques. Yeah, and this is one of the similarities between Indonesia and Pakistan, where the mosques not only for worshiping but also for teaching Islamic education, I think. Jadi luar biasa di Pakistan, hampir di semua desa ya di kota ada di masjid-masjid sebagai pusat pengajaran Islam ya. Biasanya pendidikannya hafid, hadis ya. They have 5 level in education, ada 5 level ya tadi. Ada mulai ibtida, tahtani, and wastani, fokani, and kuliah. Yeah, after kuliah they become mufti. Yeah, very I think very interesting. And I think in Pakistan there are so many hafid or Islamic leaders because the education system are very strong in Islamic education. Yeah. Okay. That's from Dr. Waris. Once more, thank you very much, Dr. Waris. Yeah. I think the question after. Okay, thank you very much. After we finish all the 4 speakers, and the third speaker from Pakistan, yeah, Let's welcome Dr. Ataur Rahman. Good afternoon, Dr. Rahman.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Waalaikumsalam
Bis-
warahmatullah. Okay, time is yours.
Bismillah. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I'm very thankful to Muhammad Asad, who provided this great opportunity, and the management of Hasyim Asy'ari University, and we through this platform I have listened the excellent talks of Dr. Jasmine To, Dr. Mohsen, and further Mr. Asad will speak, inshallah. And this is a great platform to discuss our mutual systems of education and how can we take them further to a very good level, and removing the deficiencies in our existing system, and talking about further. Today, my topic is the development of Islamic studies in Pakistan. Are you viewing my slides?
Okay, yeah, we can see.
Okay, thank
not,
you.
Still not full screen.
Full screen, okay. Is it okay now?
I think still process.
Yes, we can see the slide. You may proceed, brother.
Okay. Today my topic is the development of Islamic studies in Pakistan. I will give you historical review. It is quite necessary to understand the background, the context of spreading Islam in Pakistan before we understand the present state of Islamic studies in Pakistan. The Islam came in subcontinent, which is existing as now it is Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, and mainly it is a historian described that it came in the subcontinent through Arab traders. They used to sell their products on the shores, and we see that first India mosque in subcontinent is Charaman Juma Masjid. It was built in 629. You know that 622 is the year of migration of Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companion from Mecca to Medina. And after, we can say, after seventh year of migration, the Islam has come in subcontinent, and a mosque was built. And this mainly happened through the Arab traders who used to preach the local Hindus, Buddha, and some minorities, Christianity, and some other people. Okay. The foremost role was played by Sufi mystics, and they give people equal respect, and they give Hindus and other people equal respect. In Hinduism, there were different kinds of systems. You can say caste system, and Brahman, Kshtri, Vesh, and Shudras. And Hindu used to do injustice with their lower caste. When Muhammad bin Qasim in 712, he attacked Indian parts, and he occupied India. and he used to deal with people with respect and honor, and people of this subcontinent, they were very happy that our own rulers do injustice with us, but this Muslim ruler do justice and give us respect. So people entered in the fold of Islam, and on the same ground, Sufi mystics they also played their great role for attracting the local people towards Islam. This land where the majority was consists of Hindus, and this is known that no religion in the world penetrated here except Islam. They were very they were fierce defenders of every religion, and they denied to accept any other religion. And in the only Hinduism was in majority and in population, and only Islam penetrated here with his unique feature, with his equal respect to lower caste and equality of God, equality before God. That some features attracted the local people. After this, we see that different rulers from Turkish, from Afghanistan, they came in India, and they also brought Islamic cultural values, and they treated with people with respect and honor, and people then uh, uh, joined Islam. And this is the most important period of subcontinent history, that is called Mughal Empire. Mughal were basically Mongol, and who occupied Baghdad, and from Banu Abbas rulers in 12th century. So their rulers, Babur, he became Muslim. He was from Mongol, and then Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, they actually introduced Islam. And in this era, mostly people came in the fold of Islam, and this is the age. This is the age where this land was economically, their GDP rate was higher rest of the world. And in the era of Aurangzeb Alamgir, it is said that subcontinent GDP was the higher than the rest of world, and China was at second number. So they were also culturally higher, their culture, their construction, their engineering. But one thing which was deficient in this area, they did not try to build universities, the higher education system, and they were some kind of deficient in this area. And we don't see any higher education institution in these areas. However, there were several school systems. In every town, there were schools that promoted Islamic education, madrasa education, and school system was very strong. But they were showed some somewhat behind the university at higher education level. When the European, they were building universities, and they were launching area studies and departmental studies, and they were knowing the Arab world. They were behind. Now we come towards the different kind of educational movements, especially Islamic educational movements. And these movements at present, these are also working. These are, you can say, old Tehreek-e-Deoband, established in 1866, but it is also working present day. These are religious movements and trends are working at present day. And Nadwatul Ilma, they Tehreek Deoband specially focus on religious and purely Islamic subjects and values. And then Nadwatul Ulama and Aligarh movement, famous movement by Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan, they when they felt that Muslims are lagging behind the Hindus, Hindus are getting more jobs, they are getting more respect. In 1857, British came, and this history is similar to Indonesian history. They also spent a colonial period and subcontinent also people. And in 1857, when British started ruling in subcontinent, they people felt that Hindus and the other religious identities, they are getting more jobs, they are getting more respect, they are getting more opportunities, economic opportunities and political opportunity, and we are only focusing on traditional system of education and on religious, and we don't like to know English, and we don't like to promote English subjects, modern techniques and technology in our. They felt this need, and they both started to introduce Western system also with the existing traditional system. Then Anjumane Hamayat Islam, Sindh Madrasatul Islam, Islamia College Peshawar, they started different kind of movement and established madrasa system and established college system. Then now these college and madrasa have become university. They also have their own university system. At present in Pakistan, around there are more than 200 universities which are promoting the education. And the base of those universities are these religious movements and educational movements behind them. So this is the scenario where now we step forward to understand further about the present state of Pakistan Islamic education system. There is a very strong madrasa system, as Dr. Muhammad Waris Ali, he has explained in depth that we have a very strong system, and people from these madrasa have served the Pakistan, served the mosques, served the Sharia departments, and in education, Dr. Muhammad Waris Ali is also one of the student of these madrasa system, and he is serving as an assistant professor in Lahore Garrison University. So madrasa system, this is very strong system, and he also described some deficiencies in this system, which we and you people can think about it, and we can improve it further. And mostly we in my own experience we need to focus to minimize the sectarian divide, because these madrasa system, every madrasa has a specific sect. And when we see this type of thing, and then the some limitations in students and and we can make our system better if we bring unified syllabus for all the madrasas, and teachers from all sectorial background in the in one same madrasa. And we can think about this, and we can also these students also face some kind of economic problems when they grow, and there's a less income is provided to these students when they go for the job of imam and other. And this is also concerned, some are concerned, and now some people are thinking to introduce IT in Pakistan, and mostly people they which are expert in IT, computer technology, and they can earn money through online sources with their services to the community as a religious leader. So these are some points which can improve the madrasa education system, and we will also will know about your madrasa education system.
छुट्टियां हो गई
we
मैं वैसे वो पेपर के लेना था उसके बच्चे
uh,
वैसे
uh,
छुट्टियां
we also would like to know about the in depth about the Indonesian madrasa system, what kind of policy, what kind of syllabus, what kind of faculty, how they are running their madrasa system, and they can take advantage from our madrasa system, their syllabus, and we can take advantage from your madrasa education system, which is very necessary. On the other hand, there is a more than 200 universities, and most of them they have launched BS Islamic Studies, MPhil Islamic Studies, and PhD Islamic Studies programs. And students are doing research. They are writing their research thesis on different kind of social, economic, religious, jurisprudential, political issues, all kind of issues they are writing. And Alhamdulillah, Pakistan has its own research, higher education research repository, where you can also see the thesis dissertations of those students. So Islamic Studies Research Journal, they are also doing excellent job. The student of those institute, they are writing articles and some kind of promoting Islamic education in our country. The other online education, there are some specific TV channels, religious TV channels, QTV, ARY TV, and they are exclusively training the people of Pakistan through their programs, through the issues of the society, through problem of the society, giving solution. Different scholars from different background, they are called and they are asked the solutions faced by the community. So these TV channels are doing excellent, and other traditional TV channels, they also start special transmission in Ramadan and in other religious where we need to promote religious values in our community. They play their role. So this is also an excellent feature. So now, finally, I will discuss that we have excellent system now. Islamic education has various channels. The masses are transformed. The Islamic knowledge, the generations are transformed. The Islamic knowledge, and as Dr. Muhammad Waris Ali discussed about the some merits and demerits of the madrasa education system, similarly, we have also some challenges to develop our higher education Islamic system. So first of all, one thing I feel that when our students, PhD and MPhil level students, they start doing research, they feel methodological gaps, and when they see Western style of methodology, discourse analysis, and they read different authors of Western, and when they see existing traditional system of writing theses, they somewhat confused. This confusion can be removed by our scholarly discussions and debates, and developing how can we combine Western and Islamic traditional methods of research to take the maximum benefit. So our Islamic traditional methods, they are very strong and students are doing research, but we also need to Western methodologies, and how can we combine these their discourse analysis approaches in our research thesis. So this is the challenge, and the introduction of modern research trends, it is also necessary. Most of our students, they are doing qualitative research, and we also need to move further about the quantitative research. And for the quantitative research, we also have to launch some workshops, some conferences, uh, some short courses. As I have seen during my 6 months study at Radboud University, Netherlands, their excellent feature that they have launched different kinds of courses, qualitative methods, quantitative methods. You can how to give presentation, how to all kind of stuff you can found there. But here we are taking some traditional subjects in our MPhil and PhD, and when a student passes the traditional fiqh sira course, orientalism and such, then he becomes eligible for writing thesis. And when during writing thesis, then he feels some kind of deficiency, which we can fulfill their needs for the discussion and debates about this. And furthermore, I would like to share our research repositories and the links of journals with the Indonesian you people, and you also provide us access your libraries and your research repository, so Pakistani student could take maximum benefit, as well as Indonesian students can take benefit from our resources. So these are the opportunities we see. So the one thing in Pakistan, and there's developing, we need to develop intellectual humility. This can minimize this sectarian divide, extremist thinking, and such kind of things. And we understand each other, we share our thought, we come on commonalities, and this is, and for the rest of world, we also have to remove the label of extremists and such kind of labels, and we have to show the peaceful image of Islam, our peaceful prophet, our peaceful people, our cultures, norms, values. We are not extremists, we are not so we need to tell the rest of world these things. So I would request you to arrange these kind of workshop in future too. And here at Lahore Garrison University, University of Mianwali, and other universities in Pakistan, we will also in future we will collaborate you, and we will have discussions and seminars on different issues in madrasa system, different issues in higher education system. So this is very good step by you people, and I would like to appreciate Muhammad Asad. He's excellent. He's a very energetic man in this regard, and all the team of Muhammad Asad, and all the scholars, Indonesian scholars, students. My best wishes are with you. Inshallah, we will move forward. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahman. Ya. Terima kasih. Jadi banyak sekali tadi ya. Ternyata Indonesia dan Pakistan banyak persamaannya dari historical background ya di pendidikan Islam, termasuk sebelum Islam masuk yang mungkin sama-sama sekitar abad ke-7. Ternyata di sana juga agama sebelum Islam ini didominasi Buddha dan Hindu. Nah, tadi di akhir slide, it is very interesting. I think we will have an opportunity ya untuk student UNHASY, siapa tahu nanti karena ada kolaborasi ya, kolaboratif academic activities, insya Allah nanti akan mungkin akan lebih dikembangkan lagi ya. Siapa tahu nanti mahasiswa UNHAS bisa belajar juga di Pakistan ini ya, insya Allah.
Amin, amin.
Amin.
The last speaker is Pak. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Pak
Okay.
Syed. I will try to share screen first before delivering my presentation. And welcome to my brother, Ataur Rahman. It's been a while that we don't meet. I hope that we have an occasion in the future to see each other again. And it's really happy. It's really an honor for us to host you here, to welcome you here, to have this webinar together. And I do hope that we can do it more often in the future. And as Pak Said said, we hope that you also mentioned that in your presentation. We do hope that we can collaborate research, education, and all the so the cooperation between these two countries and also cooperation between these two universities can be strengthened and can be sustainable for the benefit of both countries and both universities. So thank you once again. All the brothers, Mr. Ali, Mr. Ataur Rahman, that you have time to stay and to join us today. So after talking about historical and educational, my colleague Pak Jasminto have been do his presentation about the history of Islamic studies in my country. And then my brother from Pakistan about madrasah, and then Ataur Rahman about the history of Islamic studies in the Pakistan. I would like to go to more in the recent era, the contemporary time, especially in my country, Indonesia. I would like to talk about the rise of online da'wah in my country. As we know that Indonesia is can be said and is a fact that it is the largest Muslim population in the world, and as a part of the biggest Islamic country, da'wah is part of it. I think Pakistan is as well. Da'wah is part of our mission as a Muslim in this world, and it also mentioned by Pak Jasminto just now that Islam was introduced in our country in a peaceful da'wah process where culture became the main medium, and it's from someone or a group of people who is known as Wali Songo. Wali, it means a saint. Songo, it's 9, so 9 saints. It's more like a culture or a story, a narrative that they were the one who spread Islam in our country, and they did it in a more traditional way, and they are pioneered in a more let's say an acculturative and friendly style of da'wah with local culture, and usually it is done with many expression of culture. One of them, this is puppetry, a puppet kind of story, a narrative that people, the person called Dalang, he how to call that, play the puppet and telling story about what happened in the past. So this one of the ways of the Wali Songo did the da'wah at that time. And in addition to this kind of culture, we have also music. We also have religious lecture, like we call it pengajian here in Indonesia. In a more recent time, we have cassette, which now become almost gone and changed to be a digital one. This is what I want to talk about, that in the advent, the new advance of digital age, we are now witnessing a new and exciting phase in the development of da'wah in Indonesia. Online da'wah, which is or da'wah online, which is called in our country. It's I think the same also maybe in Pakistan and other parts of the world in Muslim countries. It refers to the use of internet-based platform to convey the message of Islam, and it's become really powerful tool for da'wah activists to reach a wider audience and to engage with individuals who might not otherwise have been exposed to traditional forms of da'wah, because we usually only did that in the mosque, in madrasa, in a small gathering or a big gathering in one place. But after the rise of what so-called the digital da'wah, we can do it everywhere. We also do it now by this webinar. In all time, we have to go to Pakistan or vice versa. Rahman must go to Indonesia, and it costs a lot of money. But now we can do it here together in your living room, in my office, in your office, and so on and so forth. So it's make it easier. So digital age. So today I would like to explore the emergence of online da'wah in my country. It is my hope that by the end of this speech, we will have better understanding of the impact of online da'wah in Indonesia and the potential it holds for shaping the future of da'wah in my country, especially I think also in Pakistan. A bit go back to the history, and my colleague Pak Jasmito has been mentioned about it, that da'wah has a long rich history in Indonesia dating back to the arrival of Islam in the archipelago more than 1,000 years ago. And over the centuries, da'wah has taken on many different forms, from traditional preaching in mosque and madrasa to more contemporary forms of da'wah such as radio, television, books, pamphlets, and also small gathering, big gathering that we call it here as a pengajian. The role of da'wah, the role of da'wah in our society has been central to the development of the context Islamic identity and culture. It has helped to shape the values and beliefs of the Indonesian people and has played a key role in promoting social cohesion and harmony across the diverse ethnic and religious landscape in my country. And in general, the model of da'wah in Indonesia follows the majority Islamic school of law in the country, which is Madhab Syafi'i. And it is in this organization, I think I saw when my brother Ataur Rahman gave his presentation, there's also a movement or organization named Nahdlatul Ulama. We also have it here. And this is the biggest or the most populous Islamic organization, which has millions. Some say that the members are more than 50 million. Some say more than 100 million because the data is not really fixed. But this is mostly, we call it traditionalists, people who follow tradition, people who follow the Shafi'i madhab. And this is the majority in my country. Wali Songo, the Sufis, and so on and so forth, they are followers of this Shafi'i school of thought or Shafi'i school of law. They are the one who provides guidance to Muslim, mostly from the beginning of this country in early 20th century until now. However, in recent years, the nature of da'wah in Indonesia has begun to shift as more and more people turn to digital and online platforms to share their message of Islam. The rise of online da'wah has brought with a new set of challenges and opportunities as da'wah activists seek to engage with audience in new and innovative ways and to adapt to the rapidly changing landscape of digital technology. Maybe one question is being asked: when actually online da'wah emerged in this country? It is started in the late 1990s, marked a turning point in Indonesian history with the fall of the authoritarian New Order regime, and we call this era is as a Reformation era. So the General Suharto, which became president since 1968, and he was fell down by the protests of the students in 1998. After that time, the government changing to be more democratic. We have more elections. Free speech is held. Free of press is held, including in the sense is free of speech in the internet. So the opening up of free speech and the rise of the internet created a new space of da'wah activists to share their message with a wider audience. And this is what really, how to call that, make people from traditionalists, from the followers of Shafi'i Madhab, who join Nahdlatul Ulama, is very careful and very irritating by this new movement. It is called the Salafi Da'wah in the post-reform Indonesia. I think we all know about the Salafis. It is a form of da'wah that emphasizes purist interpretation of Islam. This movement gained prominence in my country in recent time, after 2000, and was largely driven by younger generation of Muslims who sought to reassert a pure form of Islam. The emergence of the internet and online da'wah provided Salafi da'wah activists with a powerful, really powerful new tool for reaching a wider audience and promoting their message. Through the use of digital platforms, Salafi da'wah activists were able to bypass the traditional religious hierarchy and to engage directly with young people who were searching for a more purist version of Islam. So they don't follow the ulama that has madrasah, ulama that have madrasah in Indonesia, ulama that have been doing da'wah for years, for decades, but they bypass them and create their own interpretation of Islam and introduce it to Islamic community in Indonesia. And they have become very successful in terms of using this tool of online da'wah, and has attracted a significant following among young Indonesians who are seeking to deepen their knowledge and understanding of Islam through a range of digital media, including online videos, podcasts, social media posts like in Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Salafi Da'wah activists has been able to spread their message far and wide and to create a sense of community and share identity among their followers. Even though, of course, the critics has been really strong to the Salafis, because many of us in Mizan, especially the followers of Shafi'i Madhab, they accuse Salafis as more promoting an intolerant and exclusive model, a form of Islam. Critics argue that the purist Islam promoted by Salafi Da'wah is at odds with the more inclusive form of Islam that have traditionally been practiced in my country. As we explained, and then also explained by my colleague Jasminto, that we mostly the people who spread Islam in my country is using culture, like adopting local culture, like puppetry, music, qasida, and so on and so forth. But by the emergence of the Salafis with online da'wah, they tend to call it as an innovation, a bid'ah, and so on and so forth. Even an extreme one, idolatry, as a shirk, which is quite debatable for Muslim in my country. The second group who use this kind of tool is the Hizb ut-Tahrir, and I think this is really famous as well. Hizb ut-Tahrir is an international Islamic political organization. They aim to establish a caliphate, Islamic state in the Muslim world. And the rise of al-Da'wah has provided Hizb ut-Tahrir with a powerful new tool for promoting its message of Islamic unity and political activism. Through the same with the Salafis, they're really clever and they're really effective in using mobile phone, smartphone, from social media posts, Instagram posts, YouTube posts, books as well, ebook, One of the famous one is the Felix Yao, a Chinese Muslim, a converted Chinese Muslim, a mu'allaf, who then joined Hizb ut-Tahrir in early 2000. This Hizb ut-Tahrir actually was banned by the government in 2017. But even though they are banned by the government, they're still really effective by making online community. They attract younger generation. They make a WhatsApp group. They make how to call that, a gathering together after chatting and attracting the youth to join them through their online forum. Then they have like of camping in the weekend, which promote their ideas of caliphate and so on and so forth. So so even though the government banned them in 2017, Hizb ut-Tahrir continues to be significant force in the world of online da'wah in Indonesia. Its message of Islamic unity and political activism has resonated with many young Indonesians who are searching for a more meaningful and purposeful form of Islamic expression. For them, it is really expressive. For them, it is really attractive. For the younger, that's why it gains many supporters from the youth. And that's a challenge for us Muslims, especially the followers of Shafi'i Madhab, the followers of the Nahdlatul Ulama, how to tackle this challenge and how to make our da'wah more interesting, especially to the youth. So I will come to my conclusion to not make it a really long speech. In conclusion, the rise of online da'wah in Indonesia has brought about significant changes in the way that Muslims practice and engage with their faith. The emergence of digital technology and online platforms has provided a new space for da'wah activists to promote their message and has allowed for a more interactive and participatory form of engagement with the audiences, with the youth especially. And however, it is important to note that the landscape of online da'wah in Indonesia is evolving rapidly, with new groups and movements emerging all the time. So not only actually Hizb ut-Tahrir and the Salafis, we have many forms that we have to tackle for the mainstream and Orthodox Muslim in my country, especially the one who follows Shafi'i Madhab, like Ikhwan Muslimin and so on and so forth. We have to tackle those challenges. So traditionalist group, such as the followers of Madhab Shafi'i, in the sense, in the scope of organization of Nahdlatul Ulama, need to adapt this changing landscape and improve their online da'wah efforts to reach a wider audience. So this is a challenge for us. Maybe in some ways the same with Pakistan. And I hope that in the future, both these universities, UNHASY, Hasyim Asy'ari, and also Lahore Garrison University, we can cooperate each other. We can make research collaboration. We can make like a webinar like this together to see what happened in our society, both in Pakistan and also in Indonesia. So that's for me. Thank you for your to listen, and we do hope that there are more questions to this. I would like to give the floor to Pak Sayyid.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak As'ad. Yeah. So as Mr. As'ad said that the spread of Islam in Indonesia cannot be separated from the culture, because it's Islam spreads in Indonesia in peace. Yeah. Jadi berdakwah dengan damai dan lewat budaya. And now the internet as the medium of online dakwah is very important, and I think it is proven by some dakwah activists for the success of Islamic dakwah in Indonesia. Yeah. Okay. Terima kasih sekali lagi ya. Thank you very much for all the speakers. Now we are going to the next section, is question and answer. Yeah. Please, for all the participants, if you have any questions, you can if you want to deliver live, just raise your hand And also you can type your questions in the Zoom chat. Silahkan yang mau bertanya boleh diketik di chat Zoom atau barangkali mau menyampaikan langsung live, dipersilahkan. Kalau di Pakistan tadi seperti
Nggak ada kayaknya.
ya sampaikan ada channel TV Islam juga ya. Di Indonesia ini sudah ada apa belum ini kira-kira? Atau kalau nasional sepertinya belum ya, tapi ada yang channel-channel lokal, mungkin ada channel Islam. Oke, para peserta dipersilahkan.
Apakah ada yang raise hand? Maybe we can wait like 1-2 minutes, Pak Said.
Yeah, we have first question ya.
Oh ya.
Oke.
Ini mic-nya udah.
Oh, that's the one.
Oke, please do you want to deliver live? Mau langsung disampaikan live dengan Mbak siapa ini? Silakan.
Silakan.
Sebelumnya perkenalkan, saya Rini Adriansa dari KPI sendiri. Kampus ini di Pakistan dan di Indonesia ini bisa saling kerjasama dan kolaboratif untuk meningkatkan potensi masing-masing, seperti itu, Pak.
Oke, maaf. Tadi saya sempat terputus, Pak Asad. Gimana bisa diulang, Mbak?
Sedikit diulangi.
Ya, terputus.
Terputus kayaknya.
Gimana, Pak?
Ya,
diulangi,
terputus. Ya, diulangi pertanyaannya.
Jadi bagaimana peneliti di antara dua kampus ini di Pakistan dan di Indonesia bisa saling kerjasama dan berkolaboratif untuk meningkatkan potensi masing-masing.
Oke, wujud real ya, mungkin eksekusinya atau wujud realnya ya, untuk kolaborasi. Okay, we have two questions. I think both questions for the speakers from Pakistan, I think.
Yeah. I think we need our dean to answer that question, and then maybe then to Ataur Rahman. And how about that, Pak Sayyid?
Okay. Yeah. For the second question, I think we both.
Okay.
Yeah, Indonesian. And for the first. Tadi sepertinya di chat ada pertanyaan kok hilang ini.
Assalamualaikum.
Ya, oke Pak. Mr. Salihul Ansari.
Mohon maaf. Thank you so much for Master. I want to ask to Dr. Atta Rahim.
Yeah, please.
Do you know Nahdlatul Ulama?
Okay, I think Mr. Dr. Rahman can directly answer before Mr. Ansari continue the questions. I'm sorry, Dr. Ataur Rahman. Do you know one Indonesian Islamic community called Nahdlatul Ulama? Have you heard about this? Do you know about Nahdlatul Ulama?
Actually, first time I have listened from Mr. Asad that this is also the movement over there in Indonesia. And in Pakistan, Nadwatul Ulama, there are several madrasas and they teach the education here. And it is, I am listening first time that Nadwatul Isma is also effective in Indonesia.
Okay. Okay, back to Mr. Ansari. Do you have more question related to the Nahdlatul Ulama and Pakistan? Please.
No, I think it's okay.
That's it?
Yes, okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now back to the question from Ms. Rini about how to realize the cooperation or collaboration between Indonesia and Pakistan, especially I think UNHASY and Garrison University Lahore to maybe to cooperate in academic activities to improve each other. Okay. The first I think would be explained by Dr. Jasminto.
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, please.
Thanks for Syed. I know that for the collaborative in research and on Indonesian and Pakistan, that is collaborative teams in research Islamic studies can cover various topics that's inclined. Jadi including that history of Islam in maybe history of Islam example history of Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan, collaborative research and can be conducted to compare to history of Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan, including the influence of local culture on the development of the religions, Islamic education in Indonesia and Pakistan. Collaborative research can also be conducted to compare the Islamic education system in Indonesia and Pakistan, including a comparison of curriculum, teaching method, and student learning outcomes. Our study of the Quran and Hadith, collaborative research on the study of the Quran and Hadith, and can discuss comparison of the holy text in both countries, as well as their interpretation and application in everyday life. Dakwah and the role of Ustadz. Collaborative research can also be conducted to compare the role of strategies of dakwah in Indonesia and Pakistan, as well as the role of Ustadz in society. Maybe that's. Or fiqh and Islamic law studies. Collaborative research on fiqh and Islamic law studies can discuss comparison of legal views in both countries, as well as different and similarities in practice of Islamic law. We can to model the collaborative research on Islam in politics, on Islam in media and Islamic communication, maybe media and Islamic communication. Collaborative research on media and Islamic communication can discuss a comparison of the use of media and communication in spreading Islam in Indonesia and Pakistan, as well as the role of media and communication in shaping public's perception of Islam. That is the main themes in collaborative research on Indonesia. Jadi untuk Mbak siapa tadi bahwa kolaborasi dalam bidang penelitian itu sudah umum dan tema-temanya sangat banyak. Tinggal kita bagaimana menentukan tema agar kedua sama-sama dalam perspektif ya. Saya kira perspektif dari Indonesia dan perspektif from Pakistan ini akan memberikan kekuatan novelty dalam penelitian kita. Jadi ini kesempatannya banyak seperti yang disampaikan oleh Pak Syed untuk teman-teman mahasiswa di Indonesia. Mumpung ada yang menjembatani, ya hari ini kita bertemu. Terima kasih sama Pak Asad yang mengenalkan kita dengan teman-teman dari Pakistan. Tentu ini bisa ditindaklanjuti tema-tema penelitian yang tadi sudah saya singgung ya, tentang history of Islam, Islamic education, study of the Quran Hadis, atau fokus di KPI, Media and Islamic Communication. Saya kira collaborative research on media and Islamic communication ini juga masih belum banyak ya kalau berkaitan sama khususnya and especially in Pakistan and Indonesian collaborative. Saya kira itu pemahaman saya terkait dengan bagaimana bahwa penelitian itu bisa kita lakukan bersama between Pakistan and Indonesia, khususnya Lahore and Universitas Hasyim Asy'ari.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pak Syed.
Yes, many opportunities next that we can conduct together. We can do it. Maybe or another thing, maybe not only research, maybe about the teaching collaborative. Is it possible?
Yeah, everything is possible as long as we have to find a way how to do it, because the distance is always the issue. Yeah. If we can find a way to do that, or maybe I would like to hear from Mr. Waris and my brother Ataur Rahman. How is it? Is it possible to do collaborative in the future? Are you still there,
Dr. Waris? About collaborative.
Dr. Ataur Rahman, please.
Yes. As I already have discussed that we can do collaboration in future. We are running MPhil and PhD programs, and also madrasa system. We need your assistance, and we can share the curriculum, and we can revise our curriculum, our courses in MPhil Islamic Studies and PhD Islamic Studies, and we can also develop new courses which are at present we need to tell our students including the modern research tools and techniques, and towards shifting our focus on quantitative research, which is more practical and which is more useful to solve the problems. So we can have discussions on different research methods which actually students need during their research, discourse analysis, hermeneutics, and such kind of, and we can revise our curriculums which we teach the students, and furthermore we can have some workshops and conferences on the issues which are relevant to contemporary needs. So we are hopeful from your side, and we inshallah will cooperate our maximum, and we will also engage other universities from Pakistan on this platform, and the people from other universities will also will have mutual collaborative efforts with you, inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think, this is the starting point between Pakistan and UNHASY and Garrison University. And next, I think there would be more activities, more academic activities from both parties. I think we have a very limited time because 10 minutes, next 10 minutes we should end this meeting, and I think we still have time to answer one more question. I think here from Robi Ahmalayati, for Dr. Ataur Rahman or Dr. Waris, is there the question is there any sensitive issues of religious issues that makes conflict amongst the religious groups in Pakistan?
Dr. Warasali, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, I tell you. In Pakistan, here are mainly 4 sects Ahle Sunnat, which are Sunni or Brelvi. Then second one, Ahle Hadith. And then third one, Deoband. And the fourth one, Ahle Tashi, as a Shia. So we often see conflicts about the people of all these. And now recently, Pakistani government has banned the hate speeches from it was practiced that people of one sect, scholar of one sect usually do hate speech about the other. But now government has put a ban on this, on hate speech, and now the situation is under control. And the government of Pakistan also has compulsory education of translation of Holy Quran. Every student or every student will get the translation of Holy Quran, the some part of Holy Quran in our school system, college system, as well as in university system. So first 4 or 5 years ago, the people used to loud mics and they used to do hate speeches, but now it is totally banned. However, every sect is allowed to share his views with the audience, but not openly and to do hate speech. And the people who are indulge in such kind of hate speeches, they will also give punishments for this. So now the situation is in control. People are coming towards understanding of Holy Quran, and in our Ummah, when we will turn towards Holy Quran, and it will direct what is common among us. And when people will come on commonalities, it will remove the sectarianism, it will remove the extremism behavior. Even such kind of incident, even killings are happened in Pakistan sometime, but in rare cases. But no, Alhamdulillah, it is in control, and we are going toward bridging sectarian gaps, and this is possible through discussion, through inclusion of the people of all sects on a platform. So this is happening in Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, no, it is there are good circumstances. There is no much extremism and hate among people, and people are understanding each other through the understanding of Quran.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so it happens also in Indonesia, several issues related to religion, ya. Dan tadi seperti disampaikan Dr. Ataur Rahman, ya, memang ada beberapa ya kasus ekstremis, ya, hate speech juga, bahkan ada ya mungkin kasus pembunuhan tapi sangat jarang, but it is now under control. Semua sudah bisa dikontrol, bisa cukup teratasi ya di Pakistan juga. Nah, mungkin ya memang kita bisa sepakati memang we need peace ya, we need peace in dakwah ya, no hate speech ya, no hate speech and tolerance. We need tolerance in our dakwah that hopefully the people can accept Islamic dakwah in peace ya. Mungkin itu saja ya. Sebagai penutup ya, sekali lagi suara saya is it clear? Suara saya terdengar enggak ini?
Yes, we can hear you, Pak, clearly.
Okay. Jadi once more, I say thank you very much. Thank you very much for all speakers from Indonesians and Pakistan. Dr. Jasminto, Dr. Ataur Rahman, Dr. Waris, and Mr. As'ad. Thank you very much. And also especially for KPI Prodi KPI Universitas Hasyim Asy'ari sudah menyelenggarakan webinar ini. And the last, I'm Said Marifatullah. Terima kasih, thank you very much, and forgive me if there are some mistakes in my speaking. Sebelum kita tutup, mungkin kita foto bersama, take a picture together. Please activate your camera, all the participants.
Mr. Waris, are you there? maybe we would like to see your face with the camera on.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, brother.
I would like to thank you very much, and all of you. And I would add in the discussion that your dean has given many topics of research and about collaboration. And it can be one more thing that the scholars from your university and your country with the scholars of our country, they can conduct mutual research as well by writing research articles, because some of the research journals you have managed and publishing, and we are also publishing research journals. So with the collaboration of scholars of both the universities, we can make and conduct further research as well on these topics that have been discussed by the dean of your university. Thank you.
Yes, brother. We hope to do it together.
Oke. Yang masih belum yang masih belum aktif kameranya ya, untuk para peserta mohon diaktifkan sebentar, kita ambil foto ya. Oke, we take a picture ya. One, 2, 3. Okay, once more, raise your thumb here, once more ya. Jempolnya semuanya, satu kali lagi foto terakhir. Oke. Oke, thank you very much ya semuanya. Terima kasih para hadirin yang sudah menyempatkan hadir di webinar kali ini. Akhirul kalam ya, we close our webinar today together by saying Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you, brother.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, brother Ataur Rahman. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah, brother. How are you? MashaAllah, very nice to see your smiling face as always.
I still remember that you buy me dinner together. We ate that.
Turkish burger, you know.
Thank you, mashallah. I hope that we are in our university can visit you in Pakistan and vice versa. Go to Indonesia, brother.
This will be great collaboration that you invite us and we'll invite you, inshallah.
Amen. We do hope that we can do it in the future, mashallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Okay. Once again, thank you, brother, and Dr. Waris and Pak Sayyid. Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
I hope to see you all again. Yeah. I would like to permit to leave first because I need to pick up my son at school.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you all. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Langsung ditutup apa kembali ke moderator ke MC?
Sampun, langsung mohon Pak.
Oke, terima kasih semuanya. Boleh leave ya. You, all of us, we can leave the meetings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Waris. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
See you next time, all my brother.
Okay,
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Thank you all.